So I got up like 2 o'clock this morning again. This video is going to be about mental health, mine in particular. I'd love to say I hope that by me talking on video or sharing all this, I help someone else. I'd love to be that noble. It's not at this point. I'm doing this for me. It's been a lot. This month has been a lot, and I feel like if I don't talk, if I don't share, if I don't just be honest and be who I am, then it's just no longer the authentic that I wanted to put out there. So yeah, I'll probably put it online. So hey, if you stumble upon this, my name is Stacy. I go by also Stace. Everybody calls me Stace, but my name's Stacy. And I guess this last month I'm getting to really know me, because I've been tested in so many crazy ways that it just got out of control to the point where, yeah, I'm sitting here at 4 o'clock in the morning in the garage talking on video. So yeah, I think mental health is where I'm at. And one of the last videos I made when I encountered a rattlesnake, or actually 2 rattlesnakes, I said I was gonna touch on my mental health later. I figured that would come naturally, and it did, and so that's where I'm at. I'm at a point where I guess still talking and still getting it out is how I'm gonna deal with it. And so no, I'm not a doctor. I haven't diagnosed anything. I'll tell you the truth of what's happened in the last 28 days to a month, basically, because I started writing it down. I've had no fewer than 14, yeah, I just said that, 14 days worth of significant things that happened. I'm gonna try to watch how I say everything in this for myself, to be able to put it out there safely for others, not to set off a bazillion triggers, because that's what happened to me. And so that's why I'm trying to share, in part also because I normally spend a lot of my time while I'm still working answering my friends, talking to them, seeing pictures online, and being that social person that I normally would be in person, out, whatever. And that's been exceptionally hard for me lately. I go online for a little bit. I'll look at a couple pictures and, send out some love, but not at my normal rate. And so I'm sure there's people out there going, well, gosh, she doesn't love me anymore. She's not liking my pictures. She's not talking to me. Has absolutely nothing to do with how wonderful you are. And that is part of some of the message, I guess, is that sometimes when some of us that are normally very vocal or smiling, or if we turn inward and it's quiet, yeah, there's things going on. Does that mean I necessarily need a lot of people reaching out to me? It's always good to have somebody to reach out to and to talk to. I have tremendous people in my life. The blessings come from having people in your life. It's not from things, you guys. As soon as you figure that out, the better you are off in life. If you have a handful of people that are of such value that you at any time can pick up and talk to, that's really one of the goals. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. I kind of am not. I would hate to think that you stumble upon this and go, wow, I got my own issues too. What the hell's going on with this girl? Anything from the beginning of the month, having a wild animal. We had a javelina almost come into the bedroom. Went to the river, literally flipped out of my tube, and had a moment of legitimate, I'm going to drown if someone doesn't grab me and get me out. I was dragged by my husband out of the situation, only to have people tell me literally the next day, oh my God, somebody just drowned out there. And then by the end of this month, being told that 3 people have drowned in that same area. I had made a video the next day. You can still find that online. And I look back and you're still in shock, Stacy, but I had to get this message out, because I was like, I'm telling everybody this is cool. We've been having fun floating down the river. And the honest to God truth is that you could really get hurt or die. And I did experience that. And so, yeah, that started this almost crazy snowball effect for just events after events after events in my life that were, like I said, significant. When I talk about something like that, I had something almost come into my bedroom. I had a wild animal almost come into my bedroom. Within days after that, I'm almost faced with drowning in the river. I'm not making this stuff up. This is ridiculous. So those two events in and of themselves is enough for most people. And it didn't stop for me. I go to the grocery store and I've got these, I don't even want to get into some of these stories of just craziness out in public, of people being so, the behavior being so bad that I actually wound up having to say something to someone in public. I hate that kind of stuff. I don't want to get into some confrontation. I hate it. And so what it does to my body. Again, I'm talking about this for my mental health, not like, oh, I did this and I did that. No, it upsets me. I don't want to get into these. Who wants to go out and to have to say something negative towards somebody else? I don't. It's not the human that I am whatsoever. And so some of this has been awful. So some of it has been, for me in my life, animal craziness. You guys know, what my world's about. I live in the desert. If you don't, if you're new here, you need to go back to some of my videos. I don't even know what to say at this point. Go back. So some of it's animal related, heat related, and then personal related, and then human related. And so my mental has taken this swirl of, I don't know what I'm doing right now. And, so there's this part of me that goes, well, you can't discuss your personal stuff. It all has to be, oh, it's supposed to be for the DNA. It's all this stuff. And I can't do that. I can't, as a human, I can't put out the fake Instagram. I've always been the real Instagram, the real Stace. I'm taking you with me. I'm dirty. There's no filter. I don't even know how to edit yet. I don't have it, you guys. My mental sure as hell doesn't, with all the other stuff that I'm doing and studying and stuff. I'm just like, I'll get to it, or someone will help me at some point. But I'm more concerned with the fact that it's with each event that's happened to me, the sleeping is less and less. And so after, okay, so then I've got, like I said, I've got a wild animal. I got a javelina almost comes into the bedroom. Okay, I legitimately had a moment of Stacy was having severe trouble in the water, we'll call it. I didn't almost drown. That was not fun. Within days after that, what I've got, like I said, something out in public. I've got not one, but 2 rattlesnakes. So 2 days within a row. That Monday when the monsoon starts, I run around the corner and there's a rattlesnake there. Within the next couple of days, one of the most terrifying moments I've had in my life. I made a video about it. Open up the sliding door, 4 o'clock in the morning, no contacts in the dark, let the dogs out. I open up the sliding door and there is a rattlesnake right there. Okay, so these are, like I said, these are significant things for people. And yes, there was things that if I was a perfect human, I wouldn't have encountered those, but I'm not a perfect human. And that's what I've looked at myself. Okay, Stacey, yeah, you made simple errors in life in what seems to be just days after days of shit going wrong. You don't sleep right. It just compounds, right? It just compounds. So I've given myself these allowances, but what's happening is my system's having trouble recuperating from it. It is what it is. So yeah, like, oh, should she go to therapy? She's doing it right now. Life, outside, fresh air. I'm damned if everyone's just gonna medicate up the reality of what this feels like. I should feel scared after seeing a rattlesnake. I should feel something after going into the water. I should have time to reflect and allow these things. This whole like, oh, well, take something for it. Well, no, take time, take some rest, take some fresh air, take a step back. There's other things you can take. Okay, so yeah, that's coming from a stoner. Come on, you guys. I'm not seeking to numb it away. I'm not trying to drug myself up to sleep nightly. There's obviously my system is trying to say, hey, this was a lot. So I started writing it down. So I was like, okay, let your brain process what the hell is happening, because it's a lot. It's a lot as a human. And if I acknowledge it and other people haven't acknowledged it, then okay, I'm gonna work myself through it. Like, again, I'm not telling you this is what you should do. I'm making this video in the hopes I'm fixing me. Okay, this is that simple. Oh, that's probably awful with my arm. Again, okay, it's not polished. Try it. It's what I sleep in. I threw on a bra to not be embarrassing. I had that need of get some of this out. Stop carrying it around. Stop, I don't want to say hiding. I just live so far away and it's so hard to talk to everybody and everybody's who. Talk to who do you think you need to talk to? I just need to let it out. Everybody, the universe, my whatever, whoever's listening, the friends that I know are online, see what happens when you get no sleep. You start not making sense. So I'm looking over here. It's my calendar. And it's a disaster. I wrote everything that had happened. And the more that I wrote, I'm like, oh my God. There's barely a day that something hasn't. And I'm sure I'm going to miss things and not even discuss it on here. I'm sure of it. Personal things that happen. So I finally found a way. I was like, okay, I'm just going to go for a walk. I'm just going to get myself some fresh air. I don't really need to be looking for anything in particular, whether it be something to take pictures of or collect or anything else. It just needed to go out and, you know, have a break from the house, break from all the work. I do work all the time, and I am astonished. I'll go online just to give myself a break. I'll go, and I'm going to say it right now. I go on my YouTube because I love YouTube. I've got my channel that it's not some amazing channel. It's where I put all my videos and everything, so I can move my stuff around. It's fantastic for work. I love having a YouTube channel. I'm not delusional thinking that I'm becoming some star with it. I use it for the database that it has become for me, because it's very easy. I can take my stuff around. But I look at YouTube and go, okay, well, that's kind of like okay, that's a break from the world that I exist in. So if I don't go for a walk and get out and deal with real public, I'm going to go into there. I walk around and I see who's in the different corners of YouTube and step into some of them. And like I told you in another video, I get anxiety about anybody going live or me stepping in, because I perceive it as these very large rooms and I don't know anybody, or they don't know my tone or my sense of humor or my sarcasm. And so here I am, trying to make, saying something, and so it's very awkward. And so it's something I am again working on. And like all of this is just that this to me is this whole new arena of, I feel like this is where we are in the world, and so I'm trying to work on all of it for Stace to be comfortable in these different situations, to release the yuck that I'm holding on to, just so all of it. So anyway, so as I was talking about YouTube, I'm proud that I've been able to go into the different rooms, but I'm still just like astonished. Like I work, that's what I was talking about. I work a lot and I work really hard, and I know these other creators out there do, and you just go, okay, that's what's getting millions of views. So my brain jumps away. It's like, okay, I do my work and I don't see my channels and stuff as the same way as these other things that are on YouTube, but I go check it out and watch just some madness that's happening, and feel a little bit of a sense of community. And that's what I'm trying to bring that back to, is that it's just, that's given me something. If those of you that are watching, if there's someone that's like, wow, I do kind of feel isolated or I don't know where to go, it's been fun to jump into some of the rooms and just see what other people are talking about. Like I said, it's kind of like when you're at work and you walk around, or you're at school and you see who's doing what and who's, I don't know. That's kind of how I've looked at it. So, because my encounters, it feels like lately with the actual humans that I've been out in public with, has been harsh. And so that was another one of the things. I went walking into one of my normal areas that I go to, something very familiar. That's what you do when you have anxiety. You tend to go places that are familiar. I go by myself and comfortable, and lo and behold, out of nowhere, I've got a man who's going to come out, and the conversation's comfortable at first and it turns into something ugly. And once again, I find myself exploding at a person, and I'm not liking that as a me. That's not Stacy. Stacy's a nice person. I am. There's a lot of love. There's a lot of give in there. And the amount of explosions in the last, I'd say, a couple of years really makes me go, and it's at a specific type. It's at a specific everything, where I literally just and lose my shit, and I don't like it. And that's why I'm saying it out loud, and that's why I'm trying to work my way through it. That I've got to find other ways of, the only way I can describe it is, like I tell everybody, that I don't have a lot of tools in the toolbox anymore. I'm at a point of just drained and messed up, and so instead of using any tools, my toolbox is empty, and I've picked up the toolbox and I just swing it. And as these more and more episodes, like I said, literally 14, I could tell you, of significance. The most recent, I feel like I just picked up my toolbox and just that can't be how I am. And so I think the more that I talk, the more that I'm honest with myself. I made this again, like I said, for myself to actually look back and see me and love me and understand me and talk to me that way. And that seems to be a good way that I've been able to work on it. So yeah, I can't list some of the other personal stuff. We all have that. We all have families, loves, things, their relationships. And that's where I'm at. And that's the mama stays part of me that's coming out. Lost a lot of people in my life. Both not being on the planet anymore and just physically not being around by choice for either my side or theirs. I do think it's a natural part of it all. I do. I think there's this whole, as we spin around, they say that, you know, people are here for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, and I am starting to really understand that. I'm seeing things differently, you know, seeing things for the first time. You know, I always quote music lyrics, but it's true. On a lot of them, I pull them out and go, that artist got it right on a couple spots. So seriously, yeah. I like the self-reflection. I like where I'm at, and I'm going to keep doing it. And I like me. And something I never allowed myself before, because it was never, I was always Peppermint Patty. I was never that pretty girl. I was never put the crown on. We always joke about it. I never wore a tiara. I've never put sparkles on top of this head. I never sat to the point where a crown actually would sit there. Why? Shouldn't all of us girls? That was a realization that hurt, but that I love and I'm gonna work on, is sitting taller so my crown doesn't fall off. I love anyone that would sit and listen to all this and feel it with me. I hope we all get some sleep, and I'll talk to you soon.